Make sure we're live. Sorry, I let the time run past a little bit farther than I expected to, but I was watching the Reds completely blow it, as per our usual arrangement, being a Cincinnati Reds fan, because that's par for the course for rooting for this team. All right, I'm just going to make sure that I'm in the frame, and then I'll put my phone away, and we'll get kicked off with the live stream. Yep, there's me. Okay. Shall I leave it on? I'll make it look like I'm a viewer. Gotta get them views. Gotta get the engagement. Gotta get the engagement going. Say hi to all one of you in the chat currently. Oh, we got two. Heyo. So Daniel Baca was in here earlier. Jeff Woodring and Jeff Killian were in here earlier. The plethora of Jeffs. Myself. Roger Caldwell, and Down Under. Farm and Forge, who I believe celebrated a birthday not too long ago. Happy birthday. My computer just popped up a screen that said high winds in 1 hour. I would beg to differ because I see stuff blowing across the windows every once in a while. So the high winds are now. We are blessed and cursed today with a wonderful day outside. It is reached 81 degrees, if I remember correctly. The high today, the record for the high today was 82 back in 1907. So got pretty dang close to the record. So yeah, that was fun. It's been fantastic outside, other than the wind. The wind has been ridiculous. We had our opening day, which if you're not familiar, opening day in Cincinnati is akin to, like, here's Christmas, here's opening day, the true opening day of baseball. You can forget all the crap that happened earlier yesterday. That doesn't count. We got James Jones and Roy. Hello, gentlemen. Thank you for stopping by. Yucky. I hope you mean about something else and not me. Glad to have you guys in here. Yeah. Oh, the heat. Yeah. Yeah, Roy is slowly melting in 81 degrees. But anywho, but yeah, so it's been nice outside. The breeze has been fun, except for today we had our opening day celebrations, like I was talking about at work. And so all of us were like, it's a nice day. Let's go outside. And we all went outside, and it was like, oh, we got to like hold down our food while we're, trying to eat it, hold it and eat it. It was a mess. But they gave us free lunch today, so that was nice. And then on top of that, Skyline Chili, you could get a free coney dog today with a purchase of a drink. So I got a free bunless coney and a coney bowl. Hello, Leland Hawk. Welcome in. And yeah, so I've had my fill of hot dogs for the month. So it was good. I had a good day. Let's see, what else? The gathering's coming up quicker than we know it. And I haven't even looked at the board and realized that I forgot to change the board date, but we'll change that. So if you're not aware, and we haven't bludgeoned you enough with the idea that the gathering is coming up, the gathering's coming up. And I don't normally write 2s like that, or 6s like that. But gathering is coming up in now less than a month. Today will be the conclusion of the gathering in 1 month. So we got a lot to do to get done for the gathering. So, and my house and on the farm, and yeah, there's a lot to get done. So we'll be busy for the next month. But the gathering is coming up. If you have not already registered and you plan to be here, please make sure that you are RSVP'd there on the website. That is www.barrunforge.com. BARRUNFORGE.com. I believe it is /events or the gathering, one of the two. You go on our page, click on events, find the gathering, get RSVP'd there. That way we know you're coming. Even if you've told us you're coming, make sure you're RSVP'd on there. 4 days before I'm cutting off purchases if you want the gathering bundle with the t-shirt. So if you are trying to get the gathering bundle with the t-shirt, do that now. That way we can get that scheduled and sent over. Yeah, Roy, if you don't mind, just hit the RSVP button and let us know you're going to be here. Again, we know you're going to be here, but that helps us just kind of have a list kind of ready to rock and roll. So that way we're trying to go ahead and get stuff planned out for food and all that kind of stuff as well. So that hub makes it really easy for us to take care of everything. So got a bunch of stuff back there kind of ready, set to go for, plates and silverware and stuff like that. I got some other stuff cleaned up and ready to go for the gathering. So it'll be a good time. If you guys, I know most of you guys have either said you'll be here and are planning to be here. If not, go ahead and get signed up. It's going to be a wonderful time. So, yeah, there's one other thing I was going to say, and I knew I would forget it. It'll probably come to me after the live stream. But anyways, house coming along well. I finished painting or priming my cabinets yesterday. Going to paint those tonight after the live stream. So that will be fun. And then Dad and I are going to try to lay down some flooring tomorrow and Saturday. So we'll try to get the flooring done and the trim done. And then we'll be waiting on plumbing and HVAC, and I will be moved in. So plumbers have to come in and do the final little bits and pieces of it, hook up the sink, hook up the water heater, and get all that situated, and then I'll be set to go. HVAC is about 50%. It's wired in, ready to go. And boom, folks, look who's number one. Number one at... Oh, is that for like the chat thing? I can't tell on my side. But anyways, so house will be done prior to the gathering, which would be nice. So might give everybody a sneak peek tour. Country Heart Homestead, welcome in. Glad to have you guys in here. So yeah, the tiny house after 3 long years will be ready to rock and roll. So it is high time to be moved into that. And I'm not good with number 2. I do that well. Funny stuff. So anyways, on that topic of the house, tonight I'm going to just forge some quick and dirty hooks. Nothing, too fancy. I've got some 3/8 round bar. Basically just going to do, just simple single hole wall hooks. I need to make a hat rack for my hats. I want to forge that. So I'll probably make 4 or 5 of these and then get a nice piece of just flat steel, texture it up real nice, put some decorations on it, and drill that up there and then attach these hooks to it. So that's the plan. And then some hooks, just generically to have around the house. So that is the goal tonight. So I'll kick the forge on and we'll get started. Probably need a hammer to forge with. Usually forging requires a hammer. Not always. There's that one guy that forges with his hammer or with his hand in the water. So don't forget that. But yeah, that's all I can think of. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. So it's going to come to me at some point. Maybe not. We'll see. But yes, looking forward to the gathering. It's going to be a good time. Birthday coming up in 3 weeks. It'll be the big 3-0. My family has planned a not so surprising surprise party. So we'll have a good little get together there with all my friends and family and have a good time. Turning 30. It's kind of crazy. I know there's something I'm forgetting, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it is. Air compressor's still down. We got to get that revived so we can get back on track with the plasma table and get finished with our monster project. So, been asked about it, and I'm like, I would love to be able to finish it, guys, but my air compressor is down, so it doesn't help. Be the big 72, Jeff Woodring. Try the big 5-0. Welcome to being old. Yeah. It's kind of fun. Memal turns 80 this year, and I turned 30 this year. So big milestone birthdays for both of us. James Jones turned 50 this year. We had a big get together for him during our Bible study. It was fun. It is bugging me. I know I had something in my mind. I was like, you got to say something on the gathering or on the live stream tonight, and I cannot remember. Jeff Killian's back. Yep, me and Jeff Woodring got the same day birthday. Me, Jeff, and Bobby Lannis's stepson, I believe, all share an April 18th birthday. All the best birthdays are in April. That is a well-known fact. You're not an April birthday? Sorry. I have not forged in a minute. And I can tell I haven't forged in a minute. I know there's something I'm forgetting that's ticking me off. Before we get too crazy in the weeds, I'm going to go grab water. Keep myself hydrated. Hydration is key to staying hydrated. In case you didn't know that fact, it's a free one for you. Oh yeah, Sasha, our shop cat, caught a mouse, which is the whole reason she's here. So, everybody say good job to Sasha. Yeah, Jeannie, unfortunately I wasn't around for that one, so I'm not sure the reference on there. You have to explain that one to me. Yep. It's 2 miss hits, if anybody's counting. Dad's birthday comes up next week, right? Am I thinking of that right? Oh, 1775. Paul Revere's Ride. Yeah, that one slipped my mind. Next Friday is Papa's birthday, so you get a chance next Thursday. Don't forget to tell him happy birthday. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Welcome in Eric at Pumpkin Patch. Old Pumpkin. Knock down all the facets. Quench the dips. He is on Facebook, Darren. He is just combined. Him and Michelle share one. It's Michelle Troy Roush, but I think it is her birthday listed on their Facebook page. But yeah, his birthday is on the 3rd, April 3rd. Oh, I guess I should have explained why he's not here tonight. He and Michelle, speak of them, are at Ian's, my nephew, play? Concert? Something? I'm not sure. Whatever youngins do. I want to say it's a play, maybe. Could be dead wrong with that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Darren, that it's her birthday on there. Nothing to it, really. There's a little curly Q. So quench that. Stick that back in the fire. Yeah, the other side of the wind today is the draft on the side draft hood there is nuts. Ooh, gosh. Gotta fix that one at some point. Facebook is the only reason I know birthdays. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way, Leland. I kind of feel bad because I was like, I remember like a select few people. Like I remember Dad's birthday, obviously, because our birthdays are close. He's my dad. I remember my mom's, my sister's, girlfriends, obviously. But outside of them, can't remember them. I do have my trusty phone calendar that if I remember to save somebody's birthday in my phone, I will. But other than that, not so much. Daniel Walker says, driving again for a few. Dan, is your car back up and going? Hope so. Yeah, thank goodness for Facebook, because I'd forget 90% of the people I know's birthday. Oh well, some kind of friend I am. I don't know how he does it, but one of my best friends from college never misses a beat when it comes to birthdays. Like him or his birthday, myself, and our other buddy Tucker. We were kind of a little trio in college. He remembers on the dot, man. He's usually one of the first people to call or text me on my birthday. So it's kind of cool. Now, one of the families at church, my friend Blake and Kaylee are about to have a baby, and their baby is due on the 19th. And I said, you make sure she's due on the 19th, because I'm not having my birthday overshadowed by a new baby. So we'll see how that goes. What's up, Kenny? Welcome in. Hello, everyone. Someone doesn't want us. There's a point in time when someone doesn't really want to celebrate birthdays. Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I don't know. I kind of have the view of like, it's just another day. I think after I turned 18, I was just kind of like, it's another day. 21 was kind of cool, but I'm not a big drinker, so it's like, okay, yeah, I can legally drink now. That's about it. 25 was kind of that like milestone birthday, so to speak. It's like, okay. 28, 29, we're kind of just like getting closer to 30. Okay. And so I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not down it. I think when I'm 50, 75, I'll be like, yep, just cracked another year here on planet Earth. God's not done with me on Earth yet. That's all I know. And if he is, I'm sure he'll reach out. He knows I grabbed the wrong one. Idiot. Spent all that time fidgeting with it, and I put the wrong one down. I want to use this guy. There we go. All right. Real hard right here. Ready? Whoop. I say that. This little bendy jig is not the greatest. Not the greatest. All right, let's heat that back up. Shalom to you, Bill Wheel. No matter how hard I try and forget, someone always reminds me of mine. That's fair. That is fair. Eric, I can't quite tell on the little logo there, but is your logo the kind of Celtic cross that you made us not too long ago? I think at maybe for a gathering or at the gathering or something like that. My phone is a buzzing. Come on, now. This is some tough stuff. Not wanting to bend very easily. Not trying to over. Yes, it is. Cool. It's like I thought I recognized that. What we got here? There's daggum ads texted me. Worst part was at work, a bunch of people you can barely stand wishing you happy birthday. Yeah, I guess that'd be not so fun. Not so fun. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Nothing too crazy, just making some hooks for those of you that just kind of joined in. We'll make some wall hooks, little kind of simple wall hooks, nothing fancy about them. Planning on using probably 4 or 5 of them to make a hat rack, and then the rest of them just generic hooks for hanging stuff in the house. So, if you weren't on earlier, the house is coming along pretty good. We got about 50% done of the HVAC stuff was put in partially, and then waiting on plumbing, my plumbers to come finish the rest of the plumbing. So that is currently where I stand on the house. I don't stand on my house, but stand in my house. So get a little bit of flattening that back out. There we go. So now, quench a good chunk of that. We will cut it off at the Hardy. I don't know if that's probably hot or not. The old bending jig. But we'll cut it off at the Hardy. Sound is intermittent. I'm not wearing mittens, I'm wearing gloves. If it's bad, you guys let me know, because I'm not listening to it. I got don't have a listening device on me at the moment. Alright, so stick that back in the fire. We'll cut it. And grab the soft face hammer. And once I cut it, I will basically just smash it for a point to cut or drill a hole through and hang it on that, hang it in the house, put a screw through it. So yeah, I haven't uploaded any vids on the tiny house. I frankly, it just kind of was like we got going on it, and I didn't feel like recording a lot of the work done to it. So basically, I was like, it's been so sporadic. I'm just gonna get it finished, and then I'll do a final walkthrough, and I can kind of talk through some of this stuff. So that's my plan. Like I said, it's kind of just nothing had been done on it for a while, just because of the knee, and then we kind of just went full bore at it for a while. So got a lot of stuff done in a short amount of time. So that is the plan with the tiny house. It'll be a final video basically to say, hey, this is what we did. Sorry there weren't more videos on it, but it's the way life goes. Didn't plan on exploding my kneecap. Happens. Speaking of smashing and exploding, Bobby hit it. Smash that like button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit the notification bell so you're alerted every single time we have new content right here on Barr Forge. Got myself a little closer than I should have, but that's okay. There we go. Set that one back in there. Grab a pair of tongs. But that's kind of where I wanted it. Just a little bit higher than where the hook is. And basically, I'll just do some half-face blows, so it's just right above it. These are probably going to be the ones that I put on the hat wall hanger. So I don't want them too deep. I don't want to hang them down too deep. So I'll stick that off to the, well, go ahead and work on that one. At least get one finished. That way you guys can see it. And then I'll try to do some more production on them. Boom, there you go. Lab, feeling hot. Planning on cutting brush, doing a little forging this week. I have my shoulder and back are a little sore. My truck's jacked up. Oh, man. Well, Leland, I'm glad to hear you're okay. Glad you're okay. Stuff is replaceable. People aren't. That's all that matters. Life in the tiny house. Yep. I'm looking forward to it, man. I was telling Dad, we were hanging out after one day of working in there. See, there's stuff just blowing across that. That is hilarious. Sorry, if you weren't here earlier, the wind is absolutely nuts here in Southern Ohio today, so it's kind of crazy. Every once in a while, I'll just see something go flying by the window there. Yeah, so Dad and I were hanging out in the house for a little bit one day after we were kind of finishing up some work, and I was just kind of standing there, and I was just like, huh, I was not expecting it to look this good. And Dad was like, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm not trying to insult either one of our craftsmanship, but like just the way it all came together turned out really nice. Like I kind of had this vision in my head. Dad kind of changed my mind on some things, and I was like, I couldn't really see, fully what I wanted, and it was just kind of like, yeah, that works. That's kind of one of those things where I was just kind of like, oh yeah, this trim. I was like, that's gonna match. That's fine. I was like, maybe not my favorite, but it's whatever. I'm not trying to spend a whole bunch of money on this house. I want it to look nice, but I'm also not trying to go into debt for it. So, but anyways, I was just kind of standing back. So I got my room done. So we got the paint done. We got the trim done. Got my bed in there. I even put bed sheets on in the bed. I got my closet clothes hanging rods in there. And I got a bunch of stuff done. And I just kind of was looking around and I was like, I like it. Like I genuinely, Dad was like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm jealous. This turned out really nice. And I was like, well, I know what that means. And it's already been proven now because he had a pillow in there. This is before I had my bed sheets on. I just had my the mattress cover on top of it. And he had taken an old pillow in there with him and been taking a nap on my bed. He'd been snoozing in my bedroom. I said, "You been napping in my house?" He said, "Yeah, a couple times." So it was just funny. It was like both of us have just been kind of ecstatic on how that's turned out. It's been a long process and a long time coming. So I guess I should have been more prepared while I was yakking. So half on, half off blows. Get established there. A little bit better of a corner here just to kind of sure that up. Okay. There you go. That's basically all I'm looking for. Nothing fancy. Nothing to it, really. Nothing fancy, just little stubby hooks. Like I said, these short ones are probably going to go to my kind of hat hook. Put all my hats on, so don't want them too long. There you go. That is one hook done. Set that off to the side, and we'll start on another. Repeat the process. Heat, beat, and repeat. So anywho, that's life at the moment. And I'll leave that like that. I think old Daniel Baca is giving y'all nicknames. Possibly unintentionally. Something whistling or something out there. There's something shiny in my direct line of sight out in the field, and every once in a while it looks like the wind's kind of kicking it across the field. And it catches the sun, and I just keep seeing a little just glimmer. If I was a sniper, I'd be all over it. All over it. Simple process. Just make a taper. All that. Speaking of sniper, I don't know if Dad probably watches, but I won't give it away completely. But for Dad's birthday, me, Reagan, and Abby, my sister, got Dad some gun-related items. It's not a gun, but some pretty cool gun-related items that I think he'll like. So hopefully he'll like them. That's the hope. I about burned myself there. Square shock to gun surroundish. Alright, I think I made my point. Laser guided hay bear scope. Not quite. Not quite. So it's pretty cool. He's a big fan of a particular brand, and some of the stuff that's branded by them are pretty cool. I may or may not have also bought the same things for myself because I also thought they were cool. So there's that. But there are different colors though. Some of it is. I always laugh because like Dad and I are very similar people, if you guys have not already guessed that. And everybody's always like, man, Dad's, Troy's so hard to buy for. And I was like, psh, you listen to him talk for 5 seconds. You can tell exactly what he's into. Yeah, I've never understood that one. Michelle will be like, yeah, your dad, I don't know what to get you for your dad for Christmas or for your birthday. And I was like, I can name you 20 things right now. She's like, I just don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, besides me, I think Dad is probably one of the easiest people to buy for. And I think it comes down to both of us enjoy a lot of things. Both of us are very outdoorsy in kind of multiple aspects. In that, kind of do the backpacking, tent camping. You can get the lighter stuff and um, stuff like that. So the kind of not hippie, but kind of hippie hiking and backpacking stuff. But then also, hunting and outdoorsman. The rugged kind of brawny man style of things. Like both enjoy that too. Like if you're doing backpacking or out hunting or something. Good night. The wind's gonna move this building. But stuff like that, the very outdoorsman, the hunter stuff, anything hunting related, love it. Anything moving from hunting to guns, anything from hunting guns to the more like tactical guns and stuff like that. Dad, obviously former law enforcement, so he's very very well trained in kind of the tactical gun stuff as well. In building and assembling and adding stuff to them, decking them out, and then also blacksmithing, metalworking, woodworking, farming, like movies, video games, all of this stuff. Both of us, we just enjoy a lot of things. We enjoy being involved in a lot of different things. So again, it just makes me laugh when somebody's like, I don't know what to get for Dad. It's like, I don't understand how you can get gifts for anybody then, because both of us are super easy. Now, I will say, and my girlfriend will attest to this, sometimes it is a little bit harder to buy for me because I just end up buying the stuff that I want. And sometimes that stuff has already been purchased for me. I didn't know. So then I've ruined a couple of Christmas gifts. So, yeah, I got in trouble. Got in trouble during our first Christmas this year. First Christmas with a girlfriend. But to be fair, I've been single for 6 years, so I forgot what it was like to be courteous towards a significant other about that kind of thing. Ryan Hall called for possible rotation in the wind in your area. Well, that's no good. Never fun. But my dogs are freaking out at the moment. But hey, she says you're hard to buy for, James. It baffles my mind. It's okay if he's into something. Oh, flashlight, not flashlight, but flashlight related. See, that's one thing where I'm like, if if you know the things that they're into and things they like, you buy them the stuff related to that. So if you're married to a gun person, ammo. That's the easiest thing. All you have to find out in a quick conversation, hey, what kind of gun you got? Well, what guns do you have? Okay. You got 22? Cool. Buy a bucket of 22 ammo. That's an easy gift. Oh, you're into blacksmithing? You have a pair of bent knee tongs? That's one that most people don't have. No. Or here's steel. I guarantee you, every one of you pretty much in here is a blacksmith. If somebody came to you and said, hey, for your birthday, for your Christmas, for a holiday, to give you a gift, I'm going to buy a couple things of round bar, flat bar, and square stock. Any of you rejecting that are going to be mad about that for a Christmas or birthday present. Show of hands. Show of hands in the chat. Anybody going to be mad if you're a blacksmith, metal worker, whatever? Somebody hands you a gift and it's 5 rods, 5 2-foot rods of 3/8 inch round bar and 5 3/8 square bar. Anybody going to be mad? Show of hands. Ta-da! Not mad at all. See? Have your wives watch this stream. You're welcome. I'm got a little bendy for a second. I'll just put that anywhere. Good night. Ugh, love the smell of burnt rubber. It won't stay. Anyways. I think I can flatten it out. Forging it. Always ask for the same 2 things. Metal and leather. See? Easy. Easy. Lump of coal. Sure. Yeah. Blacksmiths are the guys you can give a lump of coal to and they'd be ecstatic. Buy a 50-pound bag of coal and say, here, Merry Christmas. All of us. Sure. Backpackers, hikers, trail guys. Somebody hands you a bucket full of MRE type meals, the boil in a bag meals. You gonna be mad? No. I'll get up my soapbox of gift giving. I don't know. I also pride myself on being a really good gift giver. I love to give people gifts. I love to see people happy. Oop. I'm expecting to see like 5 comments and be like, well, man, if you like giving gifts so much, here's my address. There you go. Another hook. New tires for the pickup truck. I'm talking budget-friendly gifts here. Roger said, I've been here, just been stitching up a leather Bible cover. Roger, I want to see that. That is super cool. Did I ever show you guys the Bible that we got Dad for his, what was it, 10 years? 10 years at Martinsville? Basically, I got the Barr Unforged logo done up on a Bible for him. It's got his name on it. It's going to get really loud. I'll give you guys just a second here if you need to turn your volume down. I'm going to flap this real quick. There's a burr on here that keeps catching me. So it's going to get loud. If you get like a sound warning or something, or YouTube will ban me. All right. Might have to start using tongs on that one. Yeah, gift card for gas. Why not? Gas is expensive these days. I drive 45 minutes to work every day. That's the reason I still have a Honda Civic. $4K pocket change for the Barr household. Woof. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Don't know. I just had to spend $275. I remember exactly. Thank you for bringing up money. Just spent $275 or so, roughly, on a new motor for the air compressor, which is cheaper than buying a new air compressor, but still, that's a good chunk of money. The other thing I was going to mention, this is what I was going to say, but I forgot. But I'm glad we were talking about bringing up money. So we did have a couple sales, and just been trying to be smart with our money here. Finally saved up a little bit of cash, and we are going to replace the 3 PTZ optic webcams. So unfortunately, that means we're not going to have the overhead shot, but this is going to allow us to use the Lumix, which I'm on right now, have a 4K zoomable picture, really good quality picture, over in kind of the corner area. So you'll kind of have a corner shot looking down at the anvil, kind of looking in a this way direction. So that's going to sit in the corner. And then the main cam is going to be replaced with a, gosh, it's killing me. What's the name of it? Ozbot, I believe. Is an Ozbot trail cam something. I don't know. Anyways, it's called Trail because it's got software, an AI function to track people. So the goal is we'll put that at the center camera, and that way we can set up scenes where you can come down, look at the anvil, and then you'll have a side shot looking at the anvil, so you can have 2 really good shots of the anvil. Or let's say if I'm forging and I go over here, want to work on something. Oh man, I need to hit the guillotine tool. Right now, you guys, I'm out of sight, but I can come over to the guillotine tool, and that camera will follow me. So then it'll line up the shot, center my face, hopefully. But line up the shot, and it can follow me over there. If I'm using the power hammer, it can follow me over to the power hammer, treadle hammer to the vise. So replacing 3 cameras, but we're gaining some kind of better quality and better angles with a new cam. So that is on order, and that should be here, I believe, Saturday. But hopefully for next week's live stream, we'll have that up and going, and we'll have some new shots and new camera stuff up and going for you guys. So the live stream is going to be good. The live stream is going to get some better quality going. So that was the big news. I totally forgot about that until we start talking about money. So it was not expensive, but it was not cheap. But it was a good deal. Like I said, Dad and I have been kind of just trying to be wise with our money and not waste it. So something to look forward to. So there, that was the good news. That was the thing I meant to tell everybody, and I forgot. Bought a new bench top drill press, Facebook Marketplace for $100. Nice. Oh, Jeff Killian had to replace my drill press. Dang, that's never fun. Again, guys, we always say we are stupid blessed. The one drill we have on our workbench is one our buddy Mike, that passed away this past year, had. He was like, here, it's not getting used to my place. This is our shop now. So that one is over there. Dad found one of the Central Machinery drills on clearance. Got it at a really good deal. Had a broken toggle switch, so we had to replace that, but got that for a good deal. And then in our wood shop, fab shop, we have a drill press that one of Michelle's uncles, I believe, was kind of clearing out his old shop. Didn't have any use for it, so we got a couple good tools out of that as well that he let us have. So, been blessed. I don't know if it was a bad hit or what, but I kind of screwed up this small part at the end here. Yeah, that'll work. No, I don't think, as far as the AI cam, we were watching videos on it yesterday, and I'd done some research. Dad had done some research on it as well. From what we can tell, the AI tracking does pretty well. We were watching guys use it, and it was following, they'd kind of speed run over to something, and it was tracking with them pretty well. The other side to that is I can always just do preset camera spot shots as well. Excuse me. Just do preset shots. So if I wanted guillotine tool, power hammer, vise, treadle hammer, close-up anvil, things like that, I can just preset that like I have now. Unfortunately, our webcams don't do much with that anymore. So, gonna be selling some webcams if anybody wants them. They're good webcams. The only problem is they're all USB webcams. And the computer has a hard time differentiating between them because they all have the same address basically for them to reference on the computer, and it fuzzes out every once in a while. We can get it working good for a while, and then something happens, and then fighting with them all the time. So we just kind of got done with fighting with them. So if anybody needs a good webcam, let us know. We'll make you a good deal. You need 3 of them. We'll make you an even better deal. Not, I'll put the King of Marketplace on it, i.e. my father. If you ever need anything and you need a good deal based off Facebook Marketplace, Dad's the guy to go to. That dude lives on Facebook Marketplace a lot. Where to set my whirly gig? There you are. There you go. $7.40. After I get this one done, I'll have 3 done. Might try to do a 4th, and then call the stream. I'll go snack, take care of the pups, and go from there. Oh, the empty pool just blew away on another neighbor's fence. That is no fun. I got a funny story about a trampoline. So we had a trampoline growing up as kids. Excuse me. So it was kind of our old house, big old farmhouse from back in the day. And the windows all set up high, even on the first floor, especially the bathroom one. But they were still big windows. They were the old, like, dumbwaiter type windows, or whatever you want to call them, weighted. You'd roll them up by a weight on the sides. And anyways, there were windows up in the bathroom. So one morning I come downstairs. I'm going to get ready for school. And as I walk in, I kind of look over. It literally was like a cartoon. Kind of walk over, do my business on the bathroom, look up. I was like, something kind of looks funny. I look up and I'm like, oh, there's something sticking through the window. And I went, that's not supposed to be there. I went, Dad, trampoline's in the bathroom. The wind that night was ridiculous. And trampoline decided it needed to use the restroom, I guess, because it was in the restroom. So yeah, it's just I hollered over to Dad. His bedroom was kind of right across from the bathroom, and I was just, Dad, trampoline's in the bathroom. Ooh, that's a little bit of straightening up. There we go. So yeah, he's like, well, sorry guys. Luckily, that time he was able to kind of weld and jerry rig it back together. And then later that year, and we were like, okay, crazy wind, no problem. We'll get it welded up. We filled up the pipes with some heavy duty pipes. Put stakes on all the ground pipes. Staked it down. Put cinder blocks on it. Sandbags over top of it. All of this stuff. We're like, this thing's not going anywhere. Lo and behold, we get this freak storm in the middle of one night where we get these gnarly straight line winds, and they are just whipping across. I mean, just absolutely coming across the field, big wide open fields around us, so it makes sense. So they start coming, whipping through right past where we are. It is nuts, man. Just shaking the whole house, windows rattling and everything, and it's crazy. Next morning, while winds are still picking, or not as crazy as they were that night, but you can still see, out in there, or out across, winds and stuff. And we look out into the field, probably 2 acres away, and there's just this big tumbleweed going. Well, the tumbleweed would happen to be made of metal and netting. That was our trampoline. And when I say it was a tumbleweed, it was a ball. That wind had just decided it didn't want anything to do with the trampoline, so it was not salvageable after that one. Easy enough. Where'd you go? There you are. Now, I know there's some guys that could probably finish off and do the little thing in one heat, but I don't feel like it. So there. That off to the side, kick that back on. Set this over here. Try not to burn myself. What's everybody else been up to lately? In their shops? Hey, wanted to play ball, didn't want to jump up and down. Yeah, that is true. That was true. Yeah, that was quite depressing to see as a kid. And of course, we didn't have a whole lot of money, so the year we got that, we were like, dang, Dad bought us a trampoline, and then for it to get ruined like that, it was kind of heartbreaking. Quick and dirty. There you go, 3 hooks. Got time to do one more. Getting ready for a craft show Saturday. Good deal. I think we've got one coming up in May. I don't know if that lady has ever gotten back to me. Like making a small sword. After the bottle opener, I've been busy with pistol holsters and Bible covers. Amen. If that isn't the embodiment of America. Pistol holsters and Bible covers. Now I want you to make a Bible holster. Need a Bible holster. Help a buddy break down some giant pallets at Lowe's they gave him. Oh, cool. Plywood. I'm going to answer until you said in your shop. I haven't been doing anything in the shop. But what have you been doing outside of the shop even? You say hi to Plywood and A.T. Smith Custom Creations. Welcome in, guys. Glad to have you all. It's just me. Dad is out watching a play tonight. I think that's what he's doing. I can't remember exactly what he said. All I know is it sounded uninteresting to me. Not that I don't love my nephew, but seeing a 7-year-old play does not sound fun. Somewhere about 600 plywood plus PT 2x4s. All right, that's a pretty good amount. We're on inline. Oh, building a up to hook 20 now. No, number 4. I'm just being casual with it. Building a bucking table to keep the Jimmy running. Trying to make F-150 2-wheel drive legal. Place blinker switch assembly, no brake lights or turn signals. Hopefully swap out. There you go. Some good mechanical projects. It's fun when it's your kid. Other than that, not so much. I don't have kids yet, so I'm not there. Not there. All right, squarish, octagonish, onish, roundish. Yeah. Clearing land with goats, pigs, chickens, and a pickaxe. What better work? Stocking trout today. I'm jealous. I've never been trout fishing before. I'd love to. What was it I saw? Somebody else said. Maybe I'm dreaming, tripping out. Tripping. Ooh, a little sparkly. Not sparkly, but white hot. Talked to our buddy from Kentucky, we know from Metamora. He's going to be handling food for Saturday night for the gathering. He is good to go for making a big old pot of burgoo or jambalaya. So it's going to be good. Going to be at the gathering. There's going to be a massive kettle of jambalaya or Kentucky burgoo. And I know it'll be good. Everything I've tried of his is woo, buddy. So I gotta say, we keep saying it every week. If you can get here, get here. You got reservations or about coming, or maybe not. If you can get to it, I highly recommend it. These guys that have been here before will attest. Food's fantastic. If not, call me a liar. And it's only going to get better. So, looking forward to it, man. It's going to be good. And this year I won't be with a completely bummed knee. So I'll actually be a little bit more involved, which would be nice. Also, should have set my jig up prior. I'm not going to lie. Kind of sucked being all crippled last year. I was on a decent amount of medically prescribed drugs, and they made me sleepy. So on some muscle relaxers at that point, and all the different like pain pills and stuff like that. I was tired, and my sleep schedule was crap. So I was like, you know what? I about halfway through one day of the gathering, I was like, man, I need to go lay down. So Reagan's like, okay, I'll walk back up to the house with you. And God love him, our buddy Ben Strickland. I don't think he's on tonight, but he kept talking to us, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I was like, I gotta head in. Like, I'm struggling to stay awake. I'm not feeling too hot. My leg's killing me. Like, just struggling. So Reagan starts walking up there with me, and we're gonna go take a nap. And I told Ben, I was like, all right, buddy, I'm gonna go. You're standoffish because you couldn't stand. Musical, same thing. Play, you know what I mean. So Ben, we head out the front door. Ben's following us there, and we start talking with Ben for a little bit. I'm like, all right, buddy, I'm gonna head in. Like, I'm not feeling too good. I need to go lay down. He's like, yeah, man, it's just, I'm so happy. Of course, again, God love him. He was all happy about, Reagan and I dating and everything. It's like, dude, you're just so happy. And I just love to see it. I just love you guys, love each other. I just so happy for you guys. And it just kept going. Kept following us down there. And I was like, dude, I appreciate it. I was like, I need to go lay down. I was like, I'm going to go back to the house and lay down. He's like, yeah, dude, I get it. I totally get it. I was just so happy for you guys. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I'm so happy you guys have this event. Kept going. We got halfway down the lane before finally Ben was like, okay, I guess you guys are going to go lay down now. And I just looked back and I was like, dude, you've walked halfway to the house with us. So, yeah, it was funny. Good old Ben. Not much better than Ben Strickland, I'll tell you that. Super good guy. Bring some Vegemite scrolls. Oh boy. Salty. Was it you that sent a packet of, Darren, was it you that sent a packet of Vegemite for me and Dad to try way back when? If I remember right, I thought it was you. I hadn't had Vegemite. We had some missionaries way back in the day from New Zealand, and they brought Vegemite for us to try. Of course, we were in middle school back then, so everything was just ew. But that's been my only experience with Vegemite. So I think it was you that sent it, and I was like, oh, it's not terrible. Bingo! Bingo! If you have a young kid, you'll get that reference. Bingo! Sorry, I don't do accents. That's what I thought. I was like, yeah, I remember somebody sent us Vegemite. I thought it was you. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you'll definitely have to bring some Vegemite. We'll get a video of everybody trying it and see what they think. Some of this group is adventurous enough to try it or maybe even like it. Some of them, I can guarantee you're going to be like, nah, it's not me. Not for me. Maybe that's why I'm so salty. Yeah, dude, love to have you guys one of these days. If not, one of these days we'll come make a visit to you guys because my sister's down in South Carolina, not far from you all. And when you come up here, we'll introduce you to Ohio, specifically Cincinnati delicacies of Skyline Chili and Grater's Ice Cream. And of course, Geta. Everybody got to try Geta at some point or another. Correction, Eli, you don't do accents well. Yeah, I know. All right, there's hook number 4, right on time. Looky there. 4 hooks. Hour and 15 minutes. Not too bad, not too bad. So anywho, yeah. Thus concludes the show. Right at 8 o'clock. So, again, keep harping on it, but if you guys are not already signed up for the gathering, make sure you're doing that. If you are not sure about coming to the gathering, be sure about coming to the gathering. It's going to be a great time. A lot of cool people, a lot of good food. So, I thought you'd like Darren. Oh yeah, we like Darren. Everybody has their own home delicacies. You'll oh yeah, and Grippo's potato chips. Got to have Grippo's and Ale8. But yeah, anywho, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and hanging out around the forge, getting some stuff done. Like I said, the tiny house should be done before the gathering and hopefully sooner. So be on the lookout for a video of that coming in less than a month. So all good stuff there. Next Thursday will be the day before Dad's birthday, so don't you guys forget it. We'll celebrate Dad next Thursday. Turning the big 5-3. Old man. Yeah. Anyways. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you're alerted every single time we have new content right here, Barr, Run, Farm, and Forge. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok and YouTube. TikTok and Rumble, YouTube, same thing. Look us up on, you guys, you all follow us. You're not new. Be sure to check out the website, www.barrunforge.com, BARRUNFORGE.com. Thank you all so much. Have a blessed weekend, as my good buddy James would say, only a lot deeper and frankly with a lot cooler voice than mine. And yeah, y'all have a blessed weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.